Wrexlemania! Hi guys, this is the Wrexlebird here, and we're in a Wrexlemania season, which means I got my special theme tune back. Now I haven't actually been given express permission from my housemate to reuse the theme tune again. I know you may remember I'm kind of down quite a few video games from having used it in the past as part of my payment, but if you paid very close attention to start, you may have heard I was saying 2026 over the music. Legally, in my opinion, that makes it a brand new tune that I have written. He didn't write it, I did. I wrote this piece of music where I say 2026 over. So, I don't think you can get me there. I don't think that'll hold up in a court of law. So, new theme tune that I have written. Wrexlemania, as I will try to keep calling it, really want that to stick. It's one of the greatest things I've ever come up with. I think we'll just get right into it because there's so many matches, as you would expect, over this Tuesday, two-day extravaganza. So the opening match is, the Usos, right? Okay, look, now they're a tag team. I think they both eat now, so I frankly am going to just give up trying to tell them apart because it doesn't matter now. They're a tag team, they both eat. I'll call them Uso 1, and I'll call Jay Uso. I'll call Jimmy Uso 2, Uso 1, and then I'll call Jay Uso 1. Oh my god. Look, the Usos are teaming with LA Knight. Yeah. To take on the vision of scumbag Logan Paul and the nondescript man Austin Theory, but they are joined by another famous YouTuber, IShowSpeed. And look, I'll be honest, I hadn't seen much of IShowSpeed's in-ring work. I'm not sure, of his previous wrestling matches, what his fighting record is. But he showed himself pretty good. He's able to jump around the place. And what did he do? I think he did like a suplex, or maybe he got suplexed. I can't remember. But either way, he did it. He was there. But then after the match, oh, by the way, which LA Knight won, he hit the BLT on Austin Theory. So won the match. It was a very short match. Trust me, you didn't really miss anything. Then Logan Paul was like, "Hey, it's your fault, Speed, Mr. Speed, I guess." So he was like, he was gonna basically destroy him through the table, but LA Nine Usos were like, "No, you know what? Kind of like this guy. Let's help him out." So they came back. They beat up Paul and all that, put Paul on the table, and man, I showed Speed. He showed a lot more than Speed. He showed jumping prowess. He hit a gigantic frog splash out the post, through Logan Paul, through the table, through everything. And it was really quite a sight to see. He got some lovely height on it. And hopefully we don't see Logan Paul for some time now. But yeah, quite an exciting start. It really felt like a WrestleMania moment. You got celebrities crashing through stuff, and I think that's really gonna set the tone for an exciting night ahead. Hi guys, just a quick little edit here. Just to give you a bit of a spoiler warning, that is not the case. The rest of this show is actually really quite boring. I still loved it though. But yeah, let's get back to it. Oh, now it is time for I would assume, brutal street fight as this perfectly carved Scottish stone man, Drew McIntyre, is taking on the quite erratic and energetic and big-bottomed Jacob Fatu in an unsanctioned match. Meaning WWE cannot be held, criminally responsible if one man wants to maybe set another on fire or pour a load of, marbles down his throat. or maybe put his knee in something and bend it backwards. There's all sort of depraved things. Someone could these guys would imagine, not me. I'm just saying it's the sort of thing they might imagine to do if they are peculiar. Hopefully though, they'll be relatively sane and they'll just hit each other with chairs a few times, and maybe there'll be one case of a spike being stuck in someone's back or something. But yeah, a lot of painful animosity has been brewing between these two gentlemen. Neither of them are exactly, what's a phrase, wilting flowers? I think I have that right, actually. Fatu, he kicks his right up. McIntyre hadn't even gotten the ring. Fatu did a big unalive dive outside, and it's like, man, this is what the fuck? Oh, sorry guys, my theme tune played while I was recording. It really scared the heck out of me. I don't mind saying. Yeah, there was all sorts of weapons being used, tables, chairs, but Fatu carried a big toolbox, and Drew was like, no, not that, please. Some of you may recall CM Punk cracked Drew's skull open. I think he may have actually lost some brain matter, if I recall correctly. So, he was quite triggered by it. I can appreciate that. I remember one time I was at a social gathering, and someone dropped a cup, but it reminded me of this traumatic event from my childhood. I dropped a cup once at home. My father was like, "Hey, come on, you clean that up." I was like, "I'm sorry, Dad." He's like, "It's okay, just clean it up, though. You don't want to cut your foot or something." Man, he was a real piece of shit. So when that person dropped the cup, I don't mind telling you, I had a full-on panic attack, and I ran home. And by the time I got home, actually, I had terrible shin splints, and there's actually blood on my feet, and I nearly collapsed. I was so out of breath, and I mean, the gathering was in a friend of mine. He wasn't even next door. He was 5 doors down, so it was a pretty long distance to just run all the way home. But look, I shouldn't have brought this up. It's really harrowing to think about. Let's get back to the excitement of the wrestling. This peculiar turn here. The Drew starts making the referee take his belt off, and I thought it was going to go somewhere a little bit. I got a bit confused about what was going on internally, but no, he was just using his belt as a whipping. He just kind of hit Fatu, and then Fatu, I think, was like, "Give me that belt, I want to go." And he's pretty fun, actually. I think McIntyre actually ended up hitting Fatu with the toolbox, but his skull did remain intact as far as I could tell. There was table stuff going on, but then Fatu, he popped McIntyre on the table, and he did his big backwards flip, and put him through the table and pinned him. Despite being unsanctioned, I think WWE might have been legally covered. There wasn't anything particularly egregious. I was expecting maybe somebody's skin to get removed, or maybe just setting one foot on fire. I don't know what else you could do. You could maybe pull their teeth out and then swap their teeth with their toes or something. But luckily, none of these sick men actually did anything like that. Thank God. It would have been demented. Now on to much nicer, to go from two men doing discussing things to each other. Now we've just got a lot of ladies. So all the tag teams, we've got, Nia and Lash. Man, these two are such a dominant team. They could really do whatever they wanted to you, and there's nothing you wouldn't be able to stop them. Then who's out next? I think Charlotte might have been. Oh, it was really cool. Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, they're they're kind of friends. But Alexa came out as a spooky, a giant moth, and then Charlotte was a giant butterfly. So kind of the same thing, but one's all colorful, the other one's a little bit spooky. Bailey and Lyra, Valkyra, that is, and the Bella Twins. Now, I do have some heart-wrenching news. Unfortunately, Nicola Bella was injured and couldn't compete. So, as far as WrestleMania goes, I know there's like WrestleMania moments, but when a WrestleMania moment is one of disappointment, it's not really one you want to remember. So I don't think I'll be rewatching this show anytime soon. But Brie did come out. Luckily, they're not out of the match. She announced her replacement. It's the returning Paige. And I love looking at her. Let me tell you something. Just like in the ring, like what she does in the ring it's really impressive. But yeah, they won. Yeah, if you can believe that. Paige is back. First night back. Tag champ. So, hopefully she'll do the right thing and just give the belt to Nikki. First chance she gets. Next up, we have another ladies match. So we're treated to real female feast right now. Could just not literally. More appropriate, I think, would be just to shake one of them by the hand and respectfully and just say, "You are valued." Nonetheless, it is AJ Lee defending her Women's Intercontinental title against Becky Lynch. Now, the referee for this match is actually one that Becky's had a number of issues with, going back a while. That did come into play. There was some kind of arguing, and the referee pushed her back. Yeah, keep your hands. You're not a wrestler. I know Becky did push the referee first, but she has every right to. She's a wrestler. Don't start getting involved in stuff that's nothing to do with you. You're a referee. Just take the abuse, count the pin. That's what I don't know, man. Some people just don't know their place in life at all. She's really good at her job, though. She's a really good referee, so well done. But yeah, towards the end of the match, there's some chicanery going on with turnbuckle pads, and then Becky pulled the referee in front of her, and AJ bumped into her, and the ref's like, "Oh, give me a minute, I just need to go over here for a second." Then Becky rammed AJ's face into the turnbuckle, hit her finisher. She gets the pin to become the new Women's Intercontinental title. Up next, Becky's husband, Seth freaking Rollins, he's taking on the evil Gunther. Luckily, this isn't one of those matches where Seth has to retire from wrestling. It's just a normal match. Let's see if Seth fares as well as his dearly beloved wife Becky. Well, I mean, much like the McIntyre for 2 match, these guys just got right into it. Gunther just, before the bell even rang, starts beating the F out of Rollins, hits him with a power bomb. And Rollins starts like poking him in the eyes and stuff. And they eventually get in a ring, and Gunther hits another power bomb. But Rollins managed to get out of it. He hits a pedigree made famous by one Mr. Triple H. He jumps in his head, but Gunther kicks out. And yeah, just a lot of kicking out. A lot of Rollins does 3 unalive dives to the outside, but Gunther actually catches him on the 3rd one, and he power bombs him into the side of the ring. Nice big woody thunk there. Really worry about Seth's back on an issue like that. But yeah, there was more maneuvers, and then Seth ends up stomping Gunther's head into the table outside, the presenting table. But then, who the heck's this? Mr. Braun Breaker returns at tremendous speed to hit Rollins with a big spear. And then Gunther was like, "Well, I've got you now, buddy." Gets him in the old sleeper hold. Rollins, passes out, loses consciousness, goes into a coma, whatever way you want to word it. And Gunther wins the match. And then Braun Breaker is like, "You have not quite had enough." Runs back. "Oh, there's not a big spear." And Seth right in the belly. Seth kind of crumples. "Oh, my little belly, your arm hit it too hard. Really sore." And then Paul Heyman comes out and is like, "Oh, Braun, good to see you back, bud." Yeah, they just wander off. Okay, guys, this is actually going on way too long. I had planned on just kind of quickly announcing the results and reading out emails and stuff because I just didn't really want to put too much work in. But I've actually I've done the exact opposite. I've been talking about the matches, saying what happened, and so probably won't have time to read out those emails. I do appreciate all the many of you that contacted me though. Maybe if I have time on night 2, I'll read out a few of those. So I'll just quickly go through. Stephanie Vaquer took on Liv Morgan, and she lost. So Liv became that women's champion. Then John Cena, he says some numbers. Now I do love saying numbers, and maybe I will just briefly. Just John Cena, as you know, we've had a little bit of a rocky path. In the last while, but since we've patched it up, I think. Now since retiring, I've not really heard from him, which is surprising. I thought he would have had more time, but yeah, I don't know. I miss you, John. But yeah, he said some numbers. They were, the attendance of the people there. And you got to think, man, like, if you're one of those people in the crowd, one of those numbers is you. So, like, you kind of had that moment with John Cena. He said, whatever the number was, 2 million or whatever. It's like, one of those people is me. So, John Cena kind of... now, again, I will say I've actually had many email exchanges with him, so you're not really going to beat me on that one. Thinking you're great. Go, no, John Cena said what number I was. Get a life, man. Bianca Belair comes out to say she is pregnant. So yeah, great news for a great lady. Hopefully it doesn't derail her career, which is a tragedy with these things. But yeah, the main event, we had Cody Rhodes against Randy Orton. Pat McAfee was don't really know what that's about. He's out anyway, but I don't know what the heck is going on here. He's getting involved. He hit Rhodes a microphone, but then Jelly Roll just sort of appeared like the Undertaker. He's like, "I'm here. Do you want me to do anything?" Cody's like, "Yeah, you couldn't jump on this guy for me, could you?" He's like, "Can do." So he jumps on Pat McAfee, and yeah, he gets stretched out. So that was pretty good. And then those guys had their match. Pathetically, Pat McAfee comes back out. This time he's got like a referee shirt on. Guy, they don't wear black and white stripes anymore. You are a fucking idiot. Anyway, Orton, for some reason, RKO's him. I don't know what the heck's going on. And then Rhodes hits Orton with his Crossroads to win the title, or to re-win it. He's already the champion, so he just kind of held on to it a bit more tightly. But then Orton, after the match, he hits Rhodes with the belt. He kicks him right in the face, like I think probably like kicked his nose out of socket or whatever. Interesting to see what kind of state Cody's face is in. Imagine not a pleasant one. You might have to go back to wearing the little mask. I don't know if you know, Cody used to wear like a kind of see-through mask on his face, and I actually knew that before they showed it in his entrance. So, but yeah, Orton hit him with the belt, kicked him in the face, and then he's like standing over him, holding the belt, and yeah, the show just ends. So weird. Yeah, I guess I'll go then. If WWE are just gonna go, well, yeah, show's over, bye. Yeah, I think I'll do the same. Catch you tomorrow.